Ninh Thuan is an old coastal province near the southernmost part of the south-central coast, central Vietnam. The capital of the province is Phan Rang, Thap Cham City, located 340 kilometers north of Ho Chi Minh City, 642 kilometers south of Da Nang City, 1,380 kilometers south of Hanoi capital and 100 kilometers from Nha Trang by National Highway 1 and 110 kilometers from Da Lat by National Highway 27, and about 60 kilometers from Cam Ranh Airport, convenient for the socio-economic development of the province. In 2018, Ninh Thuan was the 58th most populous administrative unit in Vietnam, ranked 57th in terms of gross regional domestic product, GRDP, ranked 45th in terms of GRDP per capita, and ranked 10th in terms of GRDP growth rate. With 611.8 thousand people, GRDP reached 24,288 billion VND, equivalent to $1.0549 billion US dollars. GRDP per capita reached 39.7 million VND, equivalent to 1,724 US dollars. GRDP growth rate reached 10.25%. Throughout the history of Kampa civilization, the territory of Ninh Thuan today has always been the center of the Panduranga state, in which, under the Hon Vuong state, Ninh Thuan was also the capital of a unified Cham state for more than a century. From the 15th century, the Cham people lost 4/5 of their territory and only retained Kothara and Panduranga, including Phu Yen, Con Hoa, Ninh Thuan and Binh Thuan today. Then Ninh Thuan continued to become the political center of the Cham people. In the 18th century, the capital of Kampa was moved to the Phan Rang area in Binh Thuan today, because at that time the north of Ninh Thuan had been lost to the Nguyen lords. In the Vietnamese Encyclopedia or the Vietnamese Military Encyclopedia, Ninh Thuan is classified as a province in the south-central coast region. However, the General Statistics Office of Vietnam and the website of the Ministry of Planning and Investment of Vietnam classify the two provinces of Ninh Thuan and Binh Thuan as southeast. Another part of the Ministry of Planning and Investment of Vietnam classifies Binh Thuan and Ninh Thuan as Central Coast Region. It can be seen that Ninh Thuan, along with Binh Thuan, is sometimes considered a province in the southeast region due to its geographical location relatively close to the south, and the accent of Ninh Thuan people is also lighter than other south-central coast provinces in the north. However, the land of Ninh Thuan has always been associated with the Kampa Kingdom and the Sa Win culture typical of the central region. Name. The place name Ninh Thuan means security and harmony, expressing the desire for a peaceful and harmonious land. It was first used in 1832, when King Minh Mang abolished Thuan Ton town to establish Binh Thuan province, including two prefectures, Ninh Thuan and Ham Thuan. In 1901, Phan Rang province was established. This can be considered the first name in the administrative history of Ninh Thuan province. This name originated from a Kampa state called Panduranga. In 1913, Phan Rang province was abolished. In 1922, Phan Rang province was re-established and renamed Ninh Thuan province as it is today. Geographical location. Ninh Thuan is located near the southernmost tip of the south-central coast region, shaped like a parallelogram, with two acute angles to the northwest and southeast, with geographical coordinates from 11:018, 14 to 12:009, 15, north latitude, 10800908, to 10901425 east longitude, with geographical location. When the southwest monsoon brings rain to the Mekong Delta, southeast, and central highlands, the mountain system in the central highlands and Binh Thuan prevents these southwest monsoons from reaching Ninh Thuan. Like the northeast monsoon, the southwest monsoon in Ninh Thuan is also confined. Therefore, while it brings rain to the regions in the country, when it reaches Ninh Thuan, it becomes dry. Links with the south. Natural conditions. Din River flows through Du Vinh Ward and Bao An Ward. Ninh Thuan is the last land of the Truong Son Range with many mountain ranges jutting into the East Sea, with terrain gradually decreasing from the northwest to the southeast. The province's territory is surrounded by three mountainsides with three types of terrain including mountains, semi-mountainous hills, and coastal plains. Of which, mountains account for 63.2% of the province's area, mainly low mountains, with an average height of 200 to 1,000 meters. The semi-mountainous hills account for 14.4% and the coastal plain accounts for 22.4% of the natural land area. For the above reasons, Ninh Thuan is less affected by storms than other central provinces with a frequency of only 0.3 to 0.4 storms/year. Located in the extreme south-central region, Ninh Thuan has a tropical savanna to near-desert climate with characteristics of hot, dry, windy, and strong evaporation. Therefore, Ninh Thuan's weather is divided into two distinct seasons, rainy season and dry season. The rainy season starts from September to November, the dry season from December to August of the following year. The average annual temperature is from 26 to 70 C. The average rainfall is the least in the country with only 700 to 800 millimeters water resources are unevenly distributed, mainly concentrated in the northern and central regions of the province. The groundwater in the province is only 1/3 of the national average. Therefore, Ninh Thuan is known as the land of sunshine and wind. Ninh Thuan has 3 seaports: Dong Hai, Cana, Con Hai, with a coastline of 105 kilometers with a territorial sea area of over 18,000 square kilometers, with over 500 species of fish and shrimp. Due to being located in a region with high temperatures, high radiation intensity, Ninh Thuan has ideal conditions for industrial salt production. Minerals here are relatively rich in variety, including metal minerals such as tungsten, molybdenum, and tin. Non-metallic minerals include crystalline quartz, glass sand, and quartz mineral salts. Raw materials for construction materials include lime sand, clay additives, and construction stones. Territory of the Panduranga state with Phan Rang as its capital. Until the first half of the 17th century, the territory of Ninh Thuan Province today was still under the rule of the Cham kings, and this land was called Panduranga. Its territory covered the two provinces of Ninh Thuan and Binh Thuan today. Panduranga was a small state/region that existed from 757 to 1832, together with other regions such as Kothara, Vijaya, Amaravati, and Indrapura, which formed the unified Kampa state, and was also the last territory lost to the Vietnamese during the southward expansion. Sa Win culture. Archaeologists have discovered ancient tombs in Hang Rai, Ninh Thuan, buried with stone and iron objects belonging to the Sa Win culture about 2,500 years ago. The Sa Win culture has two main tribes, the Ka tribe and the Dua tribe. Ninh Thuan is the main residence of the Ka tribe. The ancient Sa Win people followed the belief of worshipping the mother, grandmother, and still exist today in the Cham ethnic groups, the indigenous people of the Central Highlands and the South Central Coast. The Cham people celebrate the New Year on April 19th of the Gregorian calendar. The two major annual festivals are the Kate Festival, July of the Cham calendar, to show gratitude to heaven and earth, ancestors for their blessings and to commemorate their talented and virtuous kings, and the Chabur Festival, September of the lunar calendar, to offer offerings to goddesses such as Goddess Po Inu Nagar, also known as Tnyana, the land goddess of the Cham people. In addition, Handu is the place where the Cham people of Ninh Thuan chose to build a temple to worship Queen Bia Swa, the wife of King Chaman, the tomb of King Chaman. Every year, around April of the solar calendar, the Cham people often go to Lang Ongdu, King Chaman, to perform a ceremony, then perform a prayer ceremony at Handu. In the Handu relic complex, there are also ancient Cham wells and relics of stone basins, jar tombs, Sa Win pottery fragments and broken Chinese enameled bowls, cups, vases, commonly dated from the 10th to 13th centuries. Agriculture. Ninh Thuan is famous for products such as grapes, apples, onions, garlic, shrimp seeds, salt. This is the locality with the largest grape growing scale in the country, grown mainly in Ninh Phuc district and Thuan Nam district. Onions and garlic are also one of the strengths of Ninh Thuan, grown a lot in Phan Rang, Thap Cham City and Ninh Hai district. In addition, this locality is also a large shrimp breeding center of the country with an estimated production scale in 2019 of 33.9 billion shrimp seeds. Cham culture. The province with the largest Cham population in Vietnam and is the place that preserves many valuable heritages of Kampa culture, including writing, folk songs, and dance, costumes and brocade weaving, architecture and sculpture. Therefore, Ninh Thuan is considered the center of Cham culture in the country. National treasures. As of January 2024, Ninh Thuan has 4 artifacts recognized as national treasures, all of which belong to the Kampa culture of the Cham people. 12 special products. Ninh Thuan grapes, with geographical indications. Grape wine, certified brand. Ninh Thuan asparagus, certified brand. Ninh Thuan aloe vera, certified brand. Phan Rang garlic, collective brand, grown in Ninh Hai, Tan Hai, Vĩnh Hai, Ninh Hai district and Van Hai ward, Phan Rang, Thap Cham City. Ninh Thuan apples, collective brand. Ninh Thuan seaweed, certified brand, currently has more than 10 products processed into agar factory in Thuan Bac district, seaweed jam. Processed in Phan Rang. Ninh Thuan shrimp seeds, certified brand. There are 2 shrimp seed production areas concentrated in Ninh Hai Commune, Ninh Phuc, and Ninh Hai Commune. Ninh Hai is the center of shrimp seed production in the country, the only place in the country that can produce parent tiger shrimp, Moana Company, and parent white-leg shrimp, Viet UC, Ninh Thuan Company. Ninh Thuan sheep, geographical indication. Ninh Thuan goat, certified brand. Fish sauce, shrimp paste, fish sauce. Especially Cana fish sauce has a certified brand. Minghiap brocade, collective brand. Bao truck pottery, collective brand. Specialties. Phan Rang rice noodles. Fish cakes. Ban can. Phan Rang grilled rice paper. Nem Nyang. Phan Rang pork rolls. 4 potential special products. Thuan Bac black pig, Bacai. Ninh Thuan yellow cow. Ninh Sun fruits, combined with sightseeing. In addition, Ninh Thuan also has other famous specialties such as Song Pho chicken, Krong Pho, Thuan Bac chicken, Thuan Bac black pig, dried squid, one sun-dried squid, thunderstorms, BCU fish, green-skinned grapefruit and Phuc Bin orphaned banana, grown in Phuc Bin National Park. Salt, the largest output in the country. Especially Cana salt field, Thuan Nam where the seawater has the highest salinity in Indochina, Dam Vua salt field, Thuong Q salt field. Exploring Rai Cave in Ninh Thuan, a magical natural masterpiece. Possessing majestic natural scenery and location with its unique waterfall on the sea, Hang Rai in Ninh Thuan makes anyone who has ever set foot there stunned. Hang Rai is located in the south of Vĩnh Hai Bay, at the foot of Nui Chua National Park, about 35 kilometers from Phan Rang city. The name Hang Rai was given because this is where many species of otters live. If you are lucky, you can see otters going in groups to look for food or returning to their caves to rest. The second explanation comes from the fact that there are many otter trees planted here, a type of tree that extracts oil to paint boats to help make them waterproof when going out to sea. The origin of the name Hang Rai. Many people, when they first hear the name, wonder about the origin of the name Hang Rai. Explaining this name, local people share 2 reasons. One is that in the past, when houses were still primitive, this place was home to many species of wild otters. They often lived in caves along the coast. That's why people always call it Rai Cave. Second, around the Rai Cave, Chua Mountain Vĩnh Hai area, there are many wild Rai trees. This is a very important tree species for fishermen because they are extremely effective natural waterproofing agents. Fishermen often use this tree to press oil and paint the hull of ships. The ideal time to travel to Rai Cave in Vĩnh Hai. The Rai Cave climate in Vĩnh Hai is tropical, so the weather will be divided into 2 distinct dry and rainy seasons. The dry season will start from January to mid-September. The rainy season will be shorter, from the second half of September to December. If you are not too concerned about the weather, you can visit this place at any time of the year according to your preferences. However, according to local guides, the most perfect time to travel to Rai Cave will be from March to September. At this time, the weather will always be dry, sunny, and the sky will be clear and blue. When you go on a tour of Vĩnh Hai's Rai Cave at this time, you will have an extremely wonderful experience with a dreamlike sky. Rai Cave is made of ancient coral rock, located close to the edge of the sea, with the coral floating on the water like a giant rock. The structure of the coral rock makes the surface of the rock concave and convex, jagged with sharp rocks and rock holes, like on the surface of Mars or the Moon. This ancient coral rock is originally a coral shelf, highly valued both geologically and historically. About 1,800 years ago, the sea level at that time was 20 m higher than now. 1,000 years later, the sea level gradually receded, revealing the shape of the ancient coral shelf today. If you take a walk around this cave area, you will feel the skillful sculpture of the hand of nature, with the wonderful harmony between the sea and the mountains, as well as see the panoramic view from above of the ancient coral shelf. Below the edge of the ancient coral reef is another rock shelf to the north, also known as Salt Rock Beach. According to the locals here, every time the tide rises, seawater overflows onto the rock surface, and then recedes, leaving stagnant water in small rock holes. This water is exposed to the harsh sunlight of Ninh Thuan, evaporates and turns into salt. This salt rock shelf is also special in that when the tide rises, the water overflows onto the rock surface, meets the slope and flows back down to the sea, creating the image of amazing waterfalls on the sea surface. Another special feature of this stone platform is that the color changes according to the sunlight and the sea surface over time every day. After soaking in the clear blue water of the ocean, visitors can rest on the rocks, watch each white wave, and enjoy delicious homemade seafood dishes. If you like to explore and are adventurous, visitors can cross a few rocks, weave through a few caves, and admire the dead coral reefs blocking the waves with convex and concave rocks creating large and small caves. When dawn comes, the first rays of the new day penetrate through the clouds, spreading sparkling rays of light on the sea surface. The whole sea seems to light up, stretching out to welcome the brilliant yellow color, full of vitality. Not only the dawn, the romantic and charming sunset scene of Hang Rai also fascinates visitors. The setting sun gradually melts into the ocean, shining its last rays of red light across the area. Hang Rai is covered with a poetic and gentle beauty, the waves gently lapping against the shore as if singing a lullaby to the souls of travelers. The climate in Hang Rai Ninh Thuan is divided into two distinct rainy and sunny seasons. From January to mid-September is the sunny season. The rainy season will take place from late September to December. Therefore, the ideal time to visit this place is around January to September of the year. At this time, the average temperature is only 24 to 25 degrees Celsius and the average rainfall is 700 to 800 millimeters with dry and pleasant weather. Visiting places will become more convenient, helping visitors have a more complete and safe experience. Coming to Hang Rai, tourists can experience many interesting activities such as swimming, diving to see coral or climbing Chua Mountain. In addition, visitors also have the opportunity to enjoy delicious specialties of Ninh Thuan. Not only possessing many beautiful wild landscapes, Hang Rai also has a very famous sea turtle conservation area in Ninh Thuan. Visitors will witness turtle activities such as hatching eggs, hunting. Besides, visitors also have the opportunity to take pictures with cute baby turtles. The journey to the sea turtle conservation area will be a great experience for those who love nature. An experience not to be missed when traveling to explore Hang Rai Vĩnh Hai Ninh Thuan. As mentioned at the beginning of the article, Hang Rai Ca not only has wonderful natural scenery, but also has many extremely interesting exploration activities. Visit the Sea Turtle Conservation Area at Hang Rai Ca Vĩnh Hai. Hang Rai Ca is not only famous for its beautiful natural coral reefs but is also the location of an important sea turtle conservation area in Ninh Thuan Province. Although the number of sea turtles here is not much, only a few dozen individuals, the significance of this conservation area is extremely great in the effort to protect this rare marine species. When visiting this reserve, you have a rare opportunity to learn about the life of sea turtles, the conservation efforts being made, and the importance of protecting their natural habitat. During the breeding season, if you are lucky, you can witness mother turtles coming ashore to lay eggs or newly hatched turtles finding their way to the sea, a unique and meaningful experience. Known as one of the oldest and most unique coral reefs in the country, this coral reef is a check-in spot not to be missed. With its strange and unique shapes, the coral reef is given interesting names such as Mars or Moon. These names truly reflect the magical beauty of this coral reef. The most special feature of Hang Rai Coral Reef is the phenomenon of waterfalls on the sea. When the tide rises, the coral reefs are submerged in seawater. Then, when the tide recedes, the remaining water on the rocks will flow down, creating the image of small waterfalls in the middle of the ocean. This phenomenon creates a unique landscape, attracting photographers from all over to hunt for photos. Enjoy the Stone Park. The Stone Park at Hang Rai is a unique geological wonder, where nature has patiently carved over millions of years. The strangely shaped rocks are formed by the constant erosion of wind and seawater, creating a spectacular and diverse landscape. For photography enthusiasts, this place is truly a creative paradise. Every angle offers impressive, unique scenes. Sunlight shines on the rocks, creating brilliant color patches. Visitors can freely create their own unique artistic photos. Camping to watch the sunrise. Hang Rai is an ideal place to experience camping and watching the sunrise. Imagine waking up to a cool sea breeze, witnessing the first rays of sunlight dyeing the sea surface and the cliffs golden. This is a great opportunity to enjoy the fresh nature and take beautiful photos of Vinh Hai Bay. You can bring your own tent or rent a tent locally. Don't forget to bring a flashlight, snacks, and water for a comfortable camping night. Not far from Hang Rai is the famous Ba Moi Vineyard. When you come here, you will be immersed in the cool green space of lush grapevines, learning about the process of planting and caring for this special plant. The highlight of the vineyard tour is definitely the opportunity to enjoy the freshest grapes, just picked from the tree. The sweet and cool taste of Ba Moi grapes will be an unforgettable taste experience. Before leaving, don't forget to buy some fresh grapes or wine as gifts. This is not only a meaningful gift but also a way for you to bring a part of the typical flavor of Ninh Thuan home.